Good morning. This is a September 17th, 2019 meeting of the Site Plan Review Committee meeting. Before we start, I'd like to take a moment of silence on behalf of one of our long-standing members who passed away last week, Pat DeMarco, who was a co-consultant for the building department. In his memory, I'd like to take a few minutes of silence. Thank you. Committee members present today include our City Assessor Dana Branziforti, Building Inspector Ben DeCristoforo, myself, Frank Stringy, City Planner, Nick Rystrom, City Engineer, Paul Cheever, Deputy Fire Chief, Joe Maglione, Assistant Director of Water and Sewer, and Mark Locke, Plumbing Inspector. First item on the agenda is 1141 River Beach Parkway. Come on up, gentlemen, have a seat. You can grab another chair there. Okay, you want to just fill us in on the, this has been around for a long time, this project, and just kind of fill us in on where we are right now, where we've been, where we're going.
Essentially, we have been been to the City Council twice for special permits. They're ready to file an application for a building permit, and before doing so, given the passage of time, just wanted to bring people up to speed, give them the opportunity to ask any questions with all the relevant parties present, rather than to do that in a fragmentary fashion.
Amelia, do you have the date of that last special permit that was issued? Because I have one here that was issued back in August 2015.
Okay, I know it was filed, I think, in December of 2016. I myself didn't file it, I just got a copy.
We'll need a recorded copy of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you want, I just made a copy again. In terms of the description, they requested a modification to the previously issued permit by expanding the existing building with 323 square foot addition and realignment of parking along the front of the building and removal of the previously shown 2 employee parking spaces. That essentially is the description there under item number 11. The document that I have here has a date of December 22nd, 2016. I'm assuming the permit was issued a couple of months after that.
The foundation building permit issue?
Yeah,
No, that was for the Dandy part, which we never got a building permit.
correct. There was a demolition permit.
Yes.
And you got a permit for your section of the building, yeah.
Right, so you already exercised your rights for that special permit within the 2-year period. There's also been other protracted hearings with DCR and the state regarding land acquisitions.
Yeah, we've got the land
parking.
acquisition on that additional 30-acre parcel.
Yeah.
Do you have that documentation?
Which documentation?
The documentation with agreement with the DCI, the land acquisition? I think last time you guys were here, that was in the works?
The conveyance has, the legislation
Do you have something recorded that is conveying the land that is out front to you?
No, not as yet. We filed an ENF last week, which is a precondition to the transfer, and there's still some negotiation with regard to the price, but there's no question with regard to the authorization.
Okay, so we'll need...
There will be a deed.
Okay, so I'll need a copy of that?
Yes.
The other part of it was also, there was the need for an easement or some type of land deal with Mass DOT for the embankment side? So was that resolved?
Yes, and...
So we'll need documentation of that as well?
Sure. That I might even have on me.
These new plans have been uploaded to e-permitting?
It's currently in the portal, which just hasn't been submitted. We were just waiting for instruction to submit from the client.
Okay.
So that's ready to go. I can send that right over to you guys today if you'd like.
Yeah, and the other documents will have to be uploaded also include the special permit, recorded special permit, the last one received.
Okay.
We'll go over these plans because the last plan I have issued was back in, I just want to make sure they're the same plan. See if there are any changes. This is just a conceptual plan, and it was dated March 20th, 2015. So these are updated plans. What are these dated?
I believe it says here, the updated date is 8/15 permit set.
Okay.
Is that correct?
2019, yeah, 2019.
Yeah, the civil drawings are, the one you have was a survey of existing conditions, but the most recent civil plan is dated 11/17/17. These are the ones we presented twice with the city council, and the one-stop for the addition and the handicap park. That's pretty much what brought us back to city council, was that addition.
Right.
Right.
And those parking spots. And so these are what you have, we submitted almost 2 years ago, or a year and a half, yeah.
Well, I will need, yeah, I might have them, but I will need another hard copy if you have a spare copy.
I do. I have a-
Even a
well, my
reduced
truck.
set if you have it. I'll take that. Just a civil, it shows the site plan.
Okay, I got an extra set in my truck that I can grab if you want, full size.
Yeah,
That's a hand size if you.
I can use it. This is better. I'll take this.
Okay.
Nick?
That's probably in the file on the easement, that's but my original, that's the recording notice, and probably just, I think probably just the cover page of
Is there a plan that goes with it? The
sure.
easement plan that defines the property?
It's included in all of the I'm assuming it's included, in the plans. Here, the easement area that we get from DOT out back.
It appears it shows it in the back.
Yeah, the
Looks
survey has that information.
It doesn't show any lot lines.
You have served from the state anymore? You have something from the states giving you?
So this easement agreement references a specific plan.
I'm sure the plan was recorded.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a copy of both of them. The plan and. the
Could this,
easement.
Nick, could this be the plan? What's,
No, it's done by, this references a plan that was done by Hancock Associates.
oh, okay.
So that's, that's the way it's described, that's not done.
If I could have that back here.
Looks like there was one recorded in January.
An easement? So I just need a copy of that documentation and then the documentation of your proceedings with DCR.
That's one recorded by DOT.
All right, Emilio?
Yeah,
Get
there'll be
those
a couple
uploaded.
months on,
Because
the deed.
Nick won't be able to sign off until he gets those,
Need to have the.
Sign up on what the permit.
or the plan review, the permit.
Without having official authority to operate, to use that land, I can't sign off on work on land that's not yours.
There's no work occurring on that land.
You're using it for parking and other things, and access too.
Well, you pay the backside of it for access to the cottage.
That's
So
egress.
this is the easement,
Okay,
right?
right,
Because this is the
okay, yeah.
embankment, but in the
Right.
front was all DCR property.
Right, but I'm
So
assuming,
without you
I'm
either owning the
assuming
property or having the right
you
to do
can't
it.
issue a use permit.
Occupancy?
Right, I
So,
mean, occupancy
so they can
permit.
proceed, Nick, relative to the construction, and then we won't be able to issue
Well, I mean,
occupancy.
I'm not gonna, approve work on property that you don't have the right to be on. So until you have an agreement with the DCR, I'm not gonna sign off on you doing work on their property?
What type of improvement, what type of improvements? Yeah.
On their property.
I mean, this is all right now DCR, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're not doing any work on that property.
That's existing conditions, I believe.
Well, you're reconfiguring all of the parking and everything like that?
But we're not doing any work. There's no work that will be taking place between now and when we own the property.
You're creating parking there. You're redoing the parking there, so that's work. How can you say that there's nothing happening there? Striping, curbing, all kinds of stuff that goes along with parking.
We'll be
Where are you
restriping,
utilities
but we,
Your utility plan?
No.
Curbing is existing now.
Where are utilities?
we can leave that out. I mean, we can leave that out of this building
That's
permit
existing drain.
application, just come back
That's
and
existing drain.
do that.
The water goes out now from
afterwards.
this pump station up to Gordon Street in Fountain.
What's this? This is drainage?
That's existing drainage that was there before and still.
Yeah. So the boundary line layout is not changing, they're just coming in and restriping it.
And we can
But-
hold off on, approval.
Well, the permit.
For
But the
that.
parking is part of your requirement for the site.
Correct.
So without that parking, then you don't meet the requirement for the parking. So let's say, for example, you never are able to get the authorization from the state to have that, then you don't.
Well, let's talk about that. So do you have authorization from the state to acquire that piece of property?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the holdup?
Negotiation of the price, and completion of the ENF.
Okay, so
But there is a legislative mandate,
allowing the purchase of it.
yes, DCAM has agreed to it.
How far away do you think you are?
We'll have the ENF by the end of October. I would think we'll probably have the deed by the end of November.
And so as soon as you have the official authority to operate on that property, then, at least from my point of view, I'm not gonna be able to sign off on the project because that's a big, significant piece of it.
I can't remember the last time we had, whether we were gonna proceed at risk to do the building renovations, if that was with a client, or it was you guys. Joe, can you speak to that? And if they even allow it, because I understand your point that the parking's contingent upon that space.
Occupancy.
Yeah, I mean, though
We've been,
even though there's some parking there, or you're reconfiguring, you're improving the parking that's there, you're repaving it, you're moving curbing and all that sort of stuff. So you're doing work, you're proposing to do work to property that today you don't own or have the right to be on. So you need to have that before you can start doing, before I can sign off on you, doing improvements there.
yeah, even though that work won't be done until next spring.
Right,
at the
but
earliest.
we're not looking at.
So what are we talking about timeframe for construction? What are we schedule-wise?
Well, as soon as we get the building permit approval, we're gonna roll, but we were looking to try to mobilize the next month. If that was the
And what do
goal.
you think your span of construction would be?
Well, we were gonna start with the demo of that existing structure and then start with the structural and get the underslab plumbing. That was the goal, to get everything slab on grade, kind of gear us up so we can box it in weather tight and work through the winter was the goal. That was the original thought process, and then proceed with the
So
fit up.
you're looking at occupancy early spring?
That would be the goal ideally.
And by that time, everything would be resolved?
Yes.
The improvements would be done? We can issue a permanent risk, Nick, and hold up on occupancy if there's any glitches in that procurement of the land.
But they were gonna do the work in the parking lot until the spring.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it anyway.
You can't touch that parking lot until you have
Yeah,
ownership
we're
of
not
it.
worried about the parking
Let's
lot.
say that
Parking lot
doesn't,
is,
let's say that doesn't happen.
Then
See,
that's
actually,
at their
come up.
peril.
But then but all that parking that's there, then in order for this to, work, it needs to be somehow reconfigured, right? Because all that parking
But
has to
I-
be somewhere else.
But in my opinion, they're gonna they want this deal to work, so they have the ability to acquire that land, they're gonna acquire it, no matter what the
Yes.
price is, I'm assuming. I mean, I'm within reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're gonna let that deal fall
Do you
through.
have something that says, yes, we are willing to transfer this property to you, you know, as soon as the price is agreed upon? Or some type of preliminary documentation that?
Well, they have the legislation which approved the transfer.
Yeah, the easement, the DOT is an easement.
The-
The
the-
DOT, that's
Yeah, well, I mean.
Yeah, the easements-
two different things.
No,
The DCR is some sort of.
The easement is different. Everything with
Yes.
regard to the easement
Yes.
is completed
Yep.
and recorded.
Yep.
That was DOT.
Yep.
This is DCR. The legislation was enacted. DCAM has signed off. I'm trying to think of in what format. It may just be emails, but they are committed to the conveyance. They hired appraisers, and one appraisal, they appraise it for highest and best use, and also for vacant, and there's a factor of 100 difference between the two, and we don't need it for highest and best use, but so that's really essentially what the issue is, and we're trying to get some relief there, but if we're not able to, then in my understanding, going through with it.
So
Well,
why don't you provide all the documentation that you have to date?
shows
I'll
the
take a look
transfer.
at it and see if, you're at a point where we can move forward. If you're close enough to that or not.
I think you probably will, because the transfer has already been authorized, and it's just a
Yeah,
matter of going through the
confident
formality
it's
through
gonna
DCAM. So just provide that documentation.
Should I give that
To
to them
Nick.
to provide
You
through an
provide
online
it to the
portal, or?
Yeah, that's fine. You can go through you can upload it.
I'll upload that documentation along with your permit application.
So all the information you have regarding your conversations with DCR, and then what you have with regard to recording of the easement with DOT. The easement agreement, and then the plan that goes with it, the recorded copy.
And basically, once we get that documentation and Nick feels, and we feel confident that it's going to happen, then we'll issue a permanent risk, and barring any unforeseen conditions, everything would go smooth once the land is acquired. Nick is satisfied with that, then we can approve the site work improvements and supply occupancy.
Yeah.
Once the work's complete, obviously.
What will happen now is a new site plan review letter will be issued for this, because the old one expired, and that'll confirm everything that we talked about today, what's due. And once you have that, then you can proceed to plan review and upload your plans for a building permit. Okay? So whoever email is on the application, that's where the site plan review letter will be sent. Okay? You'll receive that this week.
All right, thank you.
Okay?
You know, that's Williams Garage. Were they the applicant? Facility there?
You're saying the Hancock for the easement?
Yeah, the easement was Hancock.
They did a survey a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would be on the application.
That's a good question.
It probably wouldn't be.
Who was on the
Yeah.
application? You got,
Williams and Stratus, maybe?
You gave me I took those 4 pages off of the application, so you've got a copy of the application. Frank, do you need those 4 pages?
I think he's got a offset. Are you talking about the site plans?
Yeah, the second special permit application description.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Right.
Well, this is just the application.
Right, yeah, no, I understand.
We'll have to see the body of the.
Yeah, get that uploaded, get the recorded copy of the latest special permit.
I didn't. Where are the other 2 pages?
Yeah, here we go.
Just curious, on the legislation, how long did that take, that process?
David Groom.
Year and a half.
Of the applicant.
Or maybe longer.
It feels like it was almost 2 years ago, the last time we met at the building, the site plan review.
Okay, is everybody all set? Any other questions? You can take these back.
Has this already been uploaded?
You gotta
Will
get
be
these-
today.
Get
You'll
these
have it,
uploaded
and
today.
then I'll piece together the rest of the information together, but if you
Get the other
upload it today, so you have
documentation
it.
submitted, get that uploaded also.
I just assume Joe's the applicant, so he'll receive.
Who's ever on the emails address on, that's who will get the site plan review letter. Most likely Joe. Okay? All right, we'll see from there.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah. Site plan review for 54 Beach Road.
Good morning.
Very sorry to hear about Mr. DeMarco. Didn't realize.
Yeah, many people, Steve.
Yeah.
All right, we have a proposed two-family home on a pre-existing lot 60 by 80. We've uploaded the site plans to the site. We have additional plans here.
Can you put a plan on front so we can take a look at it?
Put those out. That's good. No, I got it right.
Okay. Is there a garage, there's no garage underneath here?
No garage.
Okay, you realize there's no parking allowed in the front yard? And is this a single entrance?
Yes.
Principal entrance.
Before we become an April,
Yeah.
we were told to put them,
No, we wouldn't have told you that. There must have been a miscommunication.
Because we
You could put them in
originally had.
tandem in the side yards, but you cannot park them in the front yard. You need, 40% of the front yard has to be landscaped, open space.
You can encroach into the front setback, into the front of the house 5 feet.
I didn't
Maximum.
think you wanted them to be tandem.
What do you have for side yard setbacks, 10 feet?
10 feet on each.
Sorry?
Yeah, plenty of room
Plenty
to
of
do
room.
a driveway
So
on
you
those
could
sides.
just basically create a tandem.
Yep.
park.
If he wants to go this route, we have to deny it, and then you can try your luck with the ZBA.
No, we just thought the last time we came in, I had a site plan hand drawn out of this. But then we can.
No, we would have noticed that right off the bat and told you you can't do that, so. So get those changed. What's the lot size total?
60 by 80. 48. There was a house there before it was taken down.
Okay.
There was a, in fact,
That's the lot for the easements.
yeah.
Is this in the floodplain?
We didn't have, when we purchased, any requirement for flood insurance, so, yeah, I didn't think
It's out of
that,
it.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dana, just one question on the
4,800 square feet.
upper level, all
Yeah,
those dormers.
they'll duplex it and conduit.
So my only concern is that
Yeah.
this may create
Or
an
conduit.
trouble.
Yeah.
So, I'm not quite sure, just if you could do the math, right?
Yep.
The volume of this floor,
Yes.
the volume of the top floor, for it not to be a floor, has to be 49% of the volume of the floor below, or less. So this volume up here can be no more than 49% of this volume below.
49.
Yeah, now it's the volume, cubic footage, not area, square footage. Yeah, you'd have to do the math because it takes into consideration the full volume. It looks like a bedroom up there, maybe, a couple bedrooms.
This is what's on this.
Yeah, no, you could be okay, yeah, could be okay.
It's really just one.
Yes, yeah, could be all right. Actually, I think for some reason I don't
Yeah,
have
that
that.
was a different plan.
Okay,
This
yeah.
one you just sent me because I wanted to make sure I had 30-foot height.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's a new. plan is, but that's basically.
All right, yeah, that, it appears, yeah.
Existing structure still standing? Existing structure still there?
No, they took it down.
It's
Our
demoed.
utilities run through that?
Easements on each side.
There was easements for utilities for your site, right?
Yeah, they
For the other
don't,
side.
Yeah,
so the water comes through here.
Yep.
This easement,
Yep.
the gas comes through
Yeah.
this easement.
yeah, they had to remove the structure to manipulate those easements.
Okay, so change this site plan to reflect the parking in the side yard, retain the parking.
Would we need to come back, or could we go to the building department, provided that that's corrected?
Just upload the changed plan
Okay.
to e-permitting,
Yep,
but I will need a
a set.
new set
Okay.
plan. Just drop it off in my office.
Yep, you can
And
do that.
I can issue the site plan review letter based on changing this plan. Get you guys moving. But get that changed as soon as possible by
Yep.
your surveyor. Who did it? Who did it? Who did the survey, the site plan?
Would you survey that?
We have it surveyed again with the other lot.
Just make sure it's a registered land survey.
Yeah.
It looks like
Stamp.
that's an engineer.
Just
I don't know what
stamp
that
and
stamp shows, might be a PE.
Oh, that's a PE.
Yeah.
We have it staked, I know. Oh, go on.
Yeah, so you know our standard procedure, concrete sidewalk, granite curbing, granite curb butts for the driveways, 2 trees planted in the front yard, 40% of the front yard landscape. It'll all be included in the site plan review letter.
What about drainage? Any special plans on drainage?
What's the drainage looking like?
No, I mean, if you want to put infiltration system in to collect water from the roof leaders, I mean, you can't have it diverted to the street, or you can't have it diverted to abutting property, so you want
You
to
may
deal
think
with it
about
on site.
tying it into the drain that's in the street.
Yeah.
That's the best, that's the best way to go. The slab.
Yeah, it's going to slab. You're going to draw it as a crawl space now, we're going to go slab.
Yes, separate utilities for each unit, 2 water, 2 sewer?
Yeah, it shows it. The only thing you have to pay attention, make sure the separation is correct, Mike. I mean, it looks like you have your water line, I don't know where your sewer's coming in, I couldn't.
Yeah, right, yeah, every 10 feet.
Looks like 10.
Seems like they got it.
Yeah.
So your sewers can be a little closer if you wanted to, but the water and sewer have to be separated by 10, which is what you see generally. Are the 2 sewers in the middle? Yeah. We got that 10 feet. That can vary. It's gotta be a minimum of 5, but
Minimum of 5 on like surfaces
unlike, right,
and 10 feet on
unlike.
non-like.
Yeah,
Unlike.
unlike things.
Do you have a
Yeah,
small
it's-
plan of this? I just need a copy of it.
I got it.
Give me a big one.
Oh,
Survey dimensions on it, yeah. So there are no decks in the back of this?
No decks.
Yeah, because you're tight right at 20 feet back there, so,
If you know elevated decks, I'm just going to put maybe a patio back there.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right, make those changes, get them uploaded, and get the site plan review letter started.
And what was that about tying into the city drainage?
Also, there was no drainage on there. Frank had mentioned possibly, doing some infiltration with the roof leaders. I said that you could tie in your roof leaders, run them out as a drainage service out to the drain lines in the street, rather than splashing.
Is there a basement in this?
No basement.
Okay.
and Frank, you want a set delivered to you, right?
No, I have, revised,
Yeah, revised
revised set, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay? All right, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
Site plan for 20 Elmwood Street?
Hey, good morning.
conversion with two-family, third floor addition, second floor addition?
Yeah, so we were here about a year ago in April,
Yeah,
and we didn't get any denial letter, but apparently the third floor is more than a half story. So it's more than 2.5 stories. And we're back here.
let's see your site plan first of all, which shows your zoning compliance, parking,
In the back, the last two, but
last one.
one and two.
Here you go.
This is Elmwood Ave.
No, 20 Elmwood Street. We come here from probably a year ago and
Check, make sure it fits in the floodplain.
Elmwood Street.
What's the lot size? I'm trying to see it on here.
4,500 square feet.
Okay, 45.
It's 60 by 75.
I got you.
This is 20 Elmwood.
20 Elmwood Street, yeah.
Yeah.
We came from 1 year ago and we go through this as soon as you guys get this system. And we were probably the first people, then we get the permit, we start the construction, we come up, you know. Now, you know, we started, we almost done.
You calculated that percentage, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so it's just a rejection letter, Frank.
we'll get the permit, everything, and after, you know.
Yep.
I've been living in Riviera for 15 years.
Number of stories?
Yes, yeah.
What about height?
I think you're within 30 feet, right?
It's
Yeah,
under
yeah.
all the
setbacks.
Yeah. Everything else is,
Okay. All right, as long as this is uploaded, you can be, a rejection letter will be issued to you today. And then you can
and then
proceed.
you can apply right through the city clerks. Okay?
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Yeah, you can take these.
Okay.
Did we issue a site plan review letter on this?
Yes.
We
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already have it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you already have the drawings.
Yep, they're all set.
Okay.
Actually, you may not have the drawings, just the site plan, but you.
Yeah, that's all I need.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Site plan for Harris Street, parcel 1.
We'd like to separate the lot on Harris Street from the residential two-family.
Do you get the plot plan?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, is that the billboard? Is the
Yeah,
billboard?
yeah, that's the billboard. And then the commercial billboard. So 2 lots.
There are 2 lots there now, correct?
Well, you talking about this sliver right here? Right now it's one big lot, 12,000 something square feet. So I want to do like 8,001 feet.
We looked at this years ago, right?
Yeah, and then I stopped because I got busy other things. This is the lot size right there.
So this billboard is on the same lot?
No, yeah, right now it's all the same lot. Exactly.
Yeah.
The city, years ago, thought they had a sliver here, but we,
But that's, you own that.
I own that, we have a judgment.
So that's a separate pre-existing lot.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes, right.
Okay.
That's where the billboard is on.
And you want to put a duplex on this
Yes, right,
back lot?
yeah. I got pictures on the other one, Frank.
We're proposing to build around the culvert. If the city was out there yesterday looking at it,
Here's the house.
right now, it's blocked.
There's a culvert here, but
Yeah.
nobody's determined. I hired a private company, as you guys know, Mark Needs, Rapid Flow, and they found that this is blocked up, that somewhere along the line is crushed, caved in. No one knows. Yesterday, the city sent down Donnie and Nick down there, and the state was there. I talked to them, I was with them for about an hour. There was no water flowing. So I said, do me a favor, put the camera in, do whatever you're gonna do. I wanna resolve it. So if this is dead, then I wanna tweak this house and do it this way. But if it's not, then I'm gonna stay away from the culvert that it's underneath and build, you know, a little house right here.
There's a drain over here too.
Yes, yeah.
That's the main drain that goes to Green Creek, isn't it, underneath the highway? We did a new, yeah, we culverted that underneath
The
the,
big granite box under there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so the house should be at least 10 feet off of that.
Which,
So that one's deeper. You may even need to look at it even further than that, because that's a really deep line. If you ever have to get at it, your excavation is significant.
Yeah.
but we would have all the land here all open to get at it also.
No, but I'm saying,
All close to the house.
so the box that's underneath here is so deep that it's even under the railroad. So from here, it's, 30, 40 feet down. So to dig a hole to get to it, you're not digging straight down.
Right.
You have a big excavation. So if the house is, 5 feet away, you're not gonna be able to dig that with the house that close.
What do you
So that's
think
what I'm
would be
saying.
the safest thing, Nick? How far away?
Saying it's on a separate lot.
So it depends on, it depends on what's there, under the ground.
Well, we have engineering that we hired, 2 engineers, Dwyer and William Sprays.
Also, frontage, we're gonna do the next thing.
We're just trying to find out where the culverts were.
Well, one levee that we saw, I saw it yesterday myself. It's about 8 to 10 feet deep. I was there with the city and the state.
Which one's that?
That's the big one going right across this one right here.
That one's how deep?
This one right here.
Yeah. It's 10 feet deep, is that what you said?
Yes, 8 to 10 feet.
So the one that's the deeper is the big one.
Which is
over here.
on this corner right here.
So see here how close you are there?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we need to determine how far back here now.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be able to be that close to where the pipe is.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to be out here somewhere. So that's
I
gonna
can drag
affect.
this house like say 10 feet over, because I'll still be away quite a bit.
Well, that's the thing, you have to,
And
I don't know how, you have to have your engineer take a look at it, because
Yeah.
you can't be too close to this either, so you can't move it so much that you're on top of this, or you're impacting, what would be the influence, the cone of influence for that pipe. Or if you had to dig it, you can't be too close, because then you're undermining the structure, so your engineer's gonna have to look at how to squeeze it in there,
That's really the problem.
what's the best way to,
I'm guessing.
utilize that if you can. The other part of it too is, don't forget, there's an embankment here, right? So, see how it's, you're regrading it.
Yeah.
That's gonna affect, how you're, building, if it's into the embankment, or if this is going up the other way, if it's, sticking out onto it. Looks here that.
But what happened if they determine that
This looks like it's going down.
Yeah, this is
slopes,
going, it is sloped down, yes.
What do you mean if it's not good?
That pipe, if the city and the state.
Is that actually,
determines
that's the one that's 8 feet down?
Yeah, so then we
Then
would
even
have
though
to
it's blocked-
go through and fix it.
Yeah.
Now,
It needs to be clean.
Outflow on the other side, or across the out on the other side.
now that levee, Nick, Frank, it's 110 years old. I had my attorney pull this up.
What's 110 years old?
That pipe that's under the culvert.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a long time.
Well, that's why they think it's just corroded. And,
Well, I think that it may be that it's, there's obstructions in it. There may be debris in it, there may be even defects in the pipe itself. But it's not a dead system. It's just a system that has,
well, the one that goes through our land, it is that, there's no water flowing.
No, but I don't think that it's not flowing because it's disconnected from the system. I think that it's not flowing because there's debris and stuff in it.
Right.
So once you clean it up, then it
But
operates
Mark
the way it's
Reed
supposed to.
said it could be, that thing is about a mile and a half, 2 miles. It could be the whole thing, just all the bricks, it's made out of bricks, that it collapsed. The city ain't gonna spend $10 million to redo that. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Pipes all over the city right now.
Yeah.
So we want to realign and, pipes have to go all over the city. That's why the guys are involved in investigation.
And we want to abandon
At
it.
one point in time, it doesn't mean it's not flowing. At other times, on high storm events, brick still gonna flow between the roads.
And believe it or not, the ones that are older and made of brick, they're the ones that actually last, you know. Unfortunately, the newer ones don't usually end up with issues. But, you know, we'll have to it has to get cleaned out and then it has to be inspected. I think you're gonna find there may be a defect here or there. I doubt that there is widespread collapse throughout the whole system, only because if there was, then the water that's here would have no way to get out at all. So I think the water does flow, you know, over time. It's just a situation where there's debris that has built up, hasn't been cleaned in, you know, a significant amount of time, that sort of thing. But you have it cleaned, you have it TV'd, then you can see, you know, what condition it's in. And then
What's
from
the
that,
setback? Now, say this is the 11 and the house is here, how many feet has to stay away from the house?
so generally the easement that is on a line like that is 15 feet wide.
So
And now the
it's 15
deeper
from
it
the
gets,
middle, right?
yeah, so 7.5 on each side,
So
for the
I
easement
guess-
itself, right, where there's no build.
So if I stayed 8 feet away, I'm safe.
No, so it may be more than that depending on how deep the pipe is. If you're deeper, then you end up having to be further back, because to get at it,
Right,
you have a big, huge hole.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
So the easement generally, you know, we have an easement of, at a minimum, 15 feet so that DPW equipment can get in and out of there to clean it or, you know, repair a manhole or whatever they need to do. Where you're gonna build, the impact is a little bit different depending on the depth of the pipe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some other.
So Frank, what approvals do we need to subdivide that lot? What do we need to do?
Well,
Why would you subdivide? What do you mean subdivide?
Because, you know, we want to put duplex on one and keep the billboard on the remaining portion.
I thought that lot already exists with the billboard on it.
Yeah, isn't that the dash line's already a property, isn't it?
I thought it was like 3,700 square feet or whatever. I thought I
We
saw
got a
something.
judge in court, because we took,
Yeah, that's for that lot.
yeah, the land.
Yeah.
So we own it, but it is separate according to this also. And the billboard is on that piece of land.
Right, so it's already
But how
set.
the people gonna get in the home,
So-
you know what I mean?
That's why you would need a variance, because you have no frontage to get access to this lot. So you'd have to go to the ZBA for a frontage variance, and then you'd have to grant yourself an access easement to this property. Because if you ever sell this front parcel
Is this
someday, you need
RB? This one, what's it?
Yeah, RB.
RB.
You would need an access easement to get across.
What would be the
That's
best bet to do that, or?
the only way to go. We can't approve
So I
it.
separate it this way.
You can't create a more non-conforming lot. It's already non.
Either way, you need a variance
Yeah.
if you went to try to
Yeah.
reduce the size of this lot up front.
Okay.
So you can decide, if it's a subdivision, it's gonna require, it'll be a denial, it'll be a variance for subdivision. If it's zero frontage, it's a variance for zero frontage, but you'd have to provide an access easement to yourself to get to this lot. I thought I saw somewhere that this parcel was 3,700 square feet.
Yes, yeah.
I saw a plan, I don't know where, did you show me?
3791, Frank.
Yeah, that's the.
So this parcel ran all the way down, let me just show you. So where the other house is.
So you need the variance for the frontage.
Yeah, you don't have any frontage. Even though you have frontage on the parkway, that's not,
Okay.
there's no access that you can get to on that. So I would submit a plan showing a 20-foot access easement for your driveway across this parcel. Submit that to us. And then we would have to deny it, go to the ZBA and tell them you own both parcels, but you want to grant yourself an access easement. But to build on this lot, you don't have the required frontage on a public way, so that's why you need a variance.
Yeah, it's for myself.
For yourself, yeah.
What we did when we went to court, the family was in California, they were all dead. The little ones with the grandchildren.
Right.
The youngest was 78 years old. We bought them all out. They signed everything, the judge. So we technically own all the way that sliver, all the way down to the other corner. The other houses are landlocked because we own that land. But I would give it to them, you know, I don't want no money or anything. And just stop right here like the way I designed it. Because they have no frontage to go, there's 3 homes there. And they're all landlocked, they don't even know it.
So the first thing we do is submit the plan to you, showing the frontage needed, that gets denied, then we go to...
Well, you submit that, you upload it to the e-permitting, showing that, and we will deny it on e-permitting. You take that denial letter to the ZBA for variance. I mean, have these been uploaded to Citizen Serve?
No, I just want to know what I could do, but the most important thing is that levy. If the state finds that it's blocked up, no good, and the city, then I want to tweak my house.
Yeah.
If they find we can clean it,
But is already a recorded easement? Is there already an easement on it?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah. Did you show the
Is it a
easement on
city
the plan?
easement or a state easement?
it's a city.
It is a city.
Yeah.
That's up to the city engineer. I mean, are you gonna relinquish the easement, Nick?
It was also a gas pipe there.
There's a gas easement.
Yeah, that one is dead also because they put all brand new gas 3 years ago. They dug up Harris Street, they did all the gas.
But that's gotta be, if
this
there's an
comes
easement,
across-
you have to remove that.
That's right near the billboard, yeah.
Yeah, I'll turn near the billboard.
Yeah,
It's
here's
not-
the gas right here.
Yeah.
So it's
Right,
right
there's an
here.
easement, it says a 40-foot easement right there.
Yeah.
That's a big easement. So you have to have, if
Yeah.
that's actually dead, then you have to have the gas company release the easement. So that it's not in effect anymore.
So we must have existing easements for this.
Yeah.
I would show those on the plan. Show your easement on the plan.
That's good.
So show that, we submit the plan,
Yeah.
showing the easements. Make sure you have your setbacks on here. You need 10 feet on the side
15, I think, next set for that levy. Or you mean for the house?
for the house.
No, the easement is, it's probably recorded as, I don't know what, 10 feet, 20 feet?
How do we find out how deep it is?
So, no, but the easement is recorded somewhere, so
Yeah.
whoever's doing the survey, they would have to do a title search and find the easement, just like they found this one, the easement for the gas line.
Yeah.
There are easements that go with the drain as well. So you may have to dig back into the registry, you know, back to when it was actually installed, but there still is an easement that's associated with both of those. I don't know how big they
Even that
are.
it's 110 years old,
Yeah.
would they have that paperwork?
Yeah, you would have to actually go to the registry. You can't do it online, they don't go back that far online.
So I could have my attorney take it.
Yeah, if you have a title, if you have a tax attorney and title, you
Yeah.
have somebody do a title search, they should
We
be
have
able
a
to,
title.
they should be able to dig up
Yeah.
the easements that go with them.
Like that,
No, when you submit your building permit.
Yeah.
After your variances and all that other stuff.
Yeah, just get everything uploaded and then
So
come back to us once you have,
we'll upload it when we take care of this one?
yeah, then come back to us. Show us what show us what you're granting yourself for an access easement in the front, you know.
Right, yeah, come back.
Okay,
Perfect. Sounds good.
all right.
Quick question, like, how do I get my permit for 126?
So there's still some,
land.
126, the demo permit?
No, the other one.
That's 134.
134.
134, there's still 2 people, I don't know, I mentioned that.
Lenny, my partner.
Yeah, 2 people still have to sign off. I think it's Nick,
Yeah.
134, and I don't know if
I'm planning to look at it today.
Gore Road.
Go Road, 134, the new address.
I'm sorry, Paula Genzio,
Yeah.
DPW on the sign off. Yeah,
And then we can get,
Four lawn.
they need, yeah,
how
yes.
do we know when it's signed off?
They'll get an email. Everything's through email, they get emails. Yeah.
What's difference, man?
Yeah,
Years ago.
yeah, but they get emails, so have them check their emails. I'll just call.
Who's the applicant?
Paul,
You?
Paul and
Who's the applicant?
Lenny, Gore Road,
Yeah,
Lenny Gardino.
okay, so he'll get the email that says.
Honestly.
Is that lady with you?
Okay, so whoever did the applicant,
What are you
whoever the
here
applicant is,
for?
whoever filed the application, that's the person that will get the email that says, you know, approved or whatever.
So should we look this
Oh, yeah.
way then?
She's next.
Yeah, you should get, the email will come through. What is this? Oh, this is the gas easement?
Yeah, it's a levy there.
Yeah, this is the gas easement there, so. This is the one that's old too, right? 50-something.
That's 110 years old.
No, this one is from 1958.
And there's one in there,
Oh, is that
1909.
red? Okay. This is all the gas company one,
Oh, okay.
so it's not as old. But the other one is still very old. Yeah, see, there's a plan that goes with it, to find the easement. There's gonna be a plan that is the easement.
Yeah, here they are.
Shows the
These are the
easement.
levies, yeah.
Yeah, so these are gonna have an easement to go with them as well, just like this has an easement, these
Right.
also do.
There's some problems with the sign.
So they have to, dig it up. See, this is from 56, probably something earlier.
That building's out of control.
That's more than that.
But you can, if you have a tax title person, they should be able to dig
I
it up.
actually drove that this morning.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. 318 Squire Road.
Good morning.
My daughter and I are trying to open up a child care center. We have the whole top, oh, sorry. We're trying to open up a child care center. We have the whole top floor of 318 Squire Road. It used to be where Black Lace used to
Okay, but
be.
isn't there a hair salon up there right now?
That's my daughter's side, yeah.
Oh, is your daughter here?
She was here with the baby, so I sent her out because she was
Is that
here.
her that's in the hall?
Yeah.
Is there an
So-
accessibility
so-
issue for a child care?
Well, so ma'am, we have a couple issues there. I did speak to your daughter and notified her, and an inspector needs to get in there. She's saying she's occupying that space up there,
Right on the right side, right, when you go up the stairs on the right side.
living there.
No, nobody's living there.
Okay, so I think the simple thing, the first step to do is let the fire department and building department come in and do a walkthrough, and then we can move forward. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so what, how do we do
So the
that?
issue is there's multiple complaints that there's people there, multiple, all hours of the night in the property.
Okay.
So she's not living,
No, she's actually with
an
me.
inspector went in there and he feels like there is, but we can, as long as you let us into both units, we'll take a look and then we'll move you forward.
Oh, all
Okay.
right, so
Yeah.
do you notify us to come in?
So,
or-
why don't you
As long-
give us a contact information, we'll call you and see what time
Sure.
works, maybe tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, do you have a contact number,
Yeah.
maybe, just write it down.
617,
okay,
this is my number, so
Yeah, that's fine.
617
yeah,
952
you don't want to put it on there.
9100. My first name is Elena, E-L-A-N-A. Last name Fournier.
Is there any parking for that building?
Yeah,
In the back.
Just check it
there is-
the zoning, I mean,
Very
let's
limited.
get through this and then we'll
Nine-
figure out.
Good, all right.
Some,
Because that was the other issues I had as far as the parking in the back. I was
Correct.
ready to get a handicap spot. And
yeah,
how
on
to do
the
all that.
zoning end, we'll have to deal with that,
Right,
yeah.
right. And because she's gone to the class to find out how much square footage we need and all
Correct,
that.
yeah, my suggestion is I would not deal with anyone from the state yet, but you have to move through the zoning end.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
so you'll call us and let us know?
Yes, we will, we'll make an arrangement to come out there and take a look.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, that concludes site plan review committee meeting for September 17th, 2019.